Hey Soul Camp friends, this is Randi Zinn. I'm the founder of Beyond Mom. You can find me at beyondmom.com and all over my social media at Randi Zinn or at Beyond Mom. Beyond Mom is a community to cultivate self in the midst of motherhood. So clearly, I think a lot about relationships. And my friends at Soul Camp today asked me to challenge you in ways that maybe you could make your relationships better. And for sure, these are relationships that could be love, romantic relationships, relationships with friends, with parents, really anybody. But first, before I give you the challenge, let me tell you a story. When I first met my husband, he told me that I had a case of what about me? Does anyone have a case of what about me? What about me is basically this perspective that kind of like you're always being missed or ignored, or if someone gets something, you're not getting it. So there would always be, yeah, what about me? Like, let's say he went shopping and came in with something. I would say, well, what about me? Did you get me anything? And even when our first child arrived, admittedly, there were times he would give him affection and love, and there would be me saying, well, what about me? And I realized this was not a really cute habit of mine. And I kind of took it upon myself to take the challenge that I'm about to give you, which is how can you make it not what about me, but what about you? So, what does it feel like to think about a relationship in your life and perhaps give yourself a challenge, maybe 1 week, in which the question is not what about me? The question is, what can I do for you? How can I make you feel special? How can I do something that you need? How can I check on you more? How can I ask more questions? How can I listen better and put myself out of the way? Now, many of us have relationships that maybe we think perhaps the other person doesn't give us enough, and that might be valid. But maybe just for 1 week and for this challenge, put that question or that concern aside and test out what it feels like to simply think about the other person first and just watch what happens to the dynamic. Just watch. Now, let me tell you what happened to me. When I started realizing that I didn't want to be always saying, what about me? And I put my husband not first, we always put ourselves first, but that we really become these equal partners, and I'm simultaneously caring for myself, but I'm really finding compassion and caring for him and doing little things for him, asking more questions, listening more. What I noticed was that naturally and organically, he started doing more for me. It's that natural cycle. So there's no longer the need for what about me because he feels recognized. I'm being recognized. It's this beautiful symbiotic relationship. So again, the challenge that I pose to you, my Soul Camp friends, is how can you choose one relationship in your life, doesn't matter if it's a love relationship, a friend relationship, parent relationship, and say, how for 1 week am I going to think about you and what I can give you? And keep a journal, keep notes in your phone, however you do it, and watch dynamics, write them down, and think about the effects that they have on you. And notice what you naturally, in the most beautiful and organic kind of way, begin to receive. When you take yourself out of the equation and really focus on the other person, take note. I think it's going to be interesting. I hope this challenge brings about some really wonderful wisdom for you. I have a feeling it will.